bloodline to fail. It is not within me to quit. I am greater than the phoenix. Indeed, this is no myth. I come by way of struggle. Resilience is deeply etched within. I am warrior who suffers long. Courage is a faithful friend. I am hope indestructible. It is in my very bones. I am that balm and Gilead. Together we shall be attuned. I stand on broad and sturdy shoulders, run with mighty winds at my back. I come, I see, I conquer. It is not relevant what I lack. My past is there to teach me, my present engaged, and by my side, my future steadfast awaits me. My history, others cannot hide. It is not in my bloodline to fail. It is not within me to quit. We live because of those who did not die. It is our duty to exist. Forget not your sacred people. Already they overcome. You owe them more than respect or pride. Mediocrity must be undone. Rebel and walk in freedom. Flee the tyranny of this world's sin, lest fear, doubt, and ignorance deceive and do you in. Rebel and walk in freedom. Flee the tyranny of this world's sin, before the stench of despair does tempt you to give in. Believe not the lies of circumstance, which betray your inner strength. With certainty, wear your promise. By virtue, you shall win. If ever you grow weary, regroup and start again. Time is not your enemy, but a witness to the end. It is not in our bloodline to fail. It is not within us to quit. Good evening. It is my immense honor and pleasure to stand before you tonight. I am blessed and humbled to be able to share some words, some passion, some grit from my heart and my soul. I am thankful to Anna Maria and all of the illustrious women who are the executive women of New Jersey. I am so greatly thankful for my co-laborer, that's a church term, I'm a preacher, my co-laborer and peer, our interim CEO, Mary Maples at University Hospital. I'm so blessed to see the Lieutenant Governor and the Secretary of State of New Jersey here as well, and so many other distinguished guests. I just want to talk with you for a few minutes. I'm going to preach a little too, but I just want to talk with you. You know, I thought about what to say. I do a fair amount of public speaking, and I thought about what to say, and I said, Heavenly Father Yahweh, what would you have me say to this audience tonight? And I went to my poetry. I read you all a poem I wrote. And that poem I got one day, and I remember I only got 2 lines. It is not in my bloodline to fail. It is not within me to quit. And that stuck in my spirit for quite some time, because life is a cyclical journey. And you will be presented with opportunity, you will be presented with occasion, you will be presented sometimes in the form of struggle. But it's in that form of struggle that you have a choice to make and what you will make of that struggle. I am a preventive medicine and public health physician by training, but I am my brother and my sister's keeper by heart. Yes. So when I had the opportunity to go and work among such a beautiful group of people at University University Hospital. You know, I just figured we were going to do good work. I had no idea what was about to be unleashed. I had no idea that a global pandemic would rip open this globe, that I would lose my own father in this pandemic 2 years ago, that my sister would be a long COVID survivor, that we would lose 13 souls at University Hospital. I had no idea that I would come to work and I would see my black and brown community of Newark and greater Newark and all of New Jersey fighting to live because of this unprecedented public health crisis. But it's not in my bloodline to fail. It is not within me to quit. And it is through that turmoil, it is through that unprecedented crisis, which thankfully we are in a different stage of now, but we're very much still dealing with, that opportunity presented itself to me. Opportunity to be able to advocate and to lean in and to talk about health equity, which is the opportunity for every person to achieve their highest level of health, to talk about health justice, which is not just talking about equity rooted in need, but it's talking about fixing the very system that leads to these inequities. And I find myself in the middle of this vortex, and all I can hear and all I can think about are my parents. I can think about my mother's kitchen. I am a public speaker because of my mother. When you say, I think about my mother's kitchen, most people would think, oh, she's going to say her mother taught her all of these recipes. No, I can't cook. She's kind of like, no, Kristen, you cook. But it was in my mother's kitchen. My mother who had not gone to college, my mother who was reared in the Jim Crow South, my mother who came to Newark, New Jersey, a part of that great migratory pattern of black people up out of the South, fleeing racial terror, looking for economic opportunity. My mother, who had a PhD in love, who would say, Chris, tell me, how would you say if nobody in the room was listening? Oh, I don't know, she's at the stove, and I'm like, maybe I would say this. Or how could you reimagine it? What she was teaching me was the power of my voice. And to be comfortable leaning into that power. And to know how to leverage that power to demand attention and to usher in change. And that is what tonight is about. It is about women demanding attention and ushering in change.
Yeah.
It is the power that we have. It is the power of narrative and storytelling. So often we think about storytelling as someone just speaking a set of words, but the stories that you tell are in your very actions, your priorities, right? What you do on a daily basis, how you stand up, how you show up in life, how you advocate, how you lead, right? And so it's the power of that narrative and storytelling through data, through actions, through social truths that, unfortunately, in the midst of this pandemic, that has revealed the vicious evil of system sickness. System sickness is any system of oppression. System sickness is racism. System sickness is sexism. System sickness is Islamophobia. System sickness is anything that prevents people from accessing their Yahweh-given rights. It is during this time that we learn about the intersectional web of identities and the power systems at play. We learn about how race, ethnicity, gender, sex, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, how they all interconnect. And we see this collision course of multiple pandemics. We see a fast pandemic that ripped across a globe called coronavirus, but we also see a slow pandemic of systemic racism of over 100 years that laid bare inequities that caused people to die at differential rates. But in the midst of that, we also saw women surviving, thriving, and leading. And what I want to posit to you tonight is that every challenge is an opportunity. Every challenge is an opportunity to overwhelm the status quo. My mother would say to me, Chris, go first. She made me go first when I got baptized. I said, I don't want to go first, Chris. My nickname is Boo. Boo, go first. What she was constantly telling me, I didn't have the opportunity or the choice to go first. So you can. That pandemic awakened within me that same choice. Mm-hmm. Though I saw people dying, I knew that I had a voice. So yes, I found myself in the midst of a whirlwind of media. Dr. Chris, would you speak about this? And these are things I had always been speaking about. And I'm telling you this because oftentimes as women, we are already doing things that the world is in need of. We can clarify, we can elucidate, we can decipher, we can connect, we can also cultivate understanding, we can bring together disparate parts. And so either I could shrink in the moment or I could stand because it's not in my bloodline to fail, it's not within me to quit. Mm-hmm. And what I hope this pregnant moment, I don't believe in pendulums. You say, Dr. Chris, what do you mean? You see, in this nation, we have been on a pendulum journey. We've been on a pendulum ride. We swing with progress, and then we see a regression. We're seeing that lived out before us in these last 24 hours. Mm-hmm. I want to break the pendulum. If any of you are mistaken, run, tell that. Dr. Chris wants to break the pendulum. I want to get us all of the pendulum. Women, we have the power to break the pendulum. We can revolutionize and transform the very ecosystems, the societies, and the communities in which we dwell. I want to read something to you that came to me today. I said, I dare boldly say we cannot change the status quo or transform the world around us without women, without the power of women, the lives of women, the souls of women, the stories of women, the mind and the intellectual prowess of women, the capital of women, the hearts of women. And we are not other. We are humanity. Diversity is humanity. Inclusivity is humanity. We are the very essence of the collective we. And it is time for us to reckon with the intersectionality of that truth and to share power intentionally. Share power intentionally. Power concedes nothing without a demand. Share power intentionally. And I leave you with that because I'm also a child of parents of the civil rights, right? My father, who I lost in this pandemic, he also did not go to college, but my father found himself at Bell Labs cutting grass because that was the only job he could get. But my father went from cutting grass to being a member of the senior research field. My father has multiple patents in his name. He read from textbooks at night. He had professors take him under his wing. So when I tell you I am the children of civil rights titans, that's because that's just how they reared me, to just go after the most of what life has to offer, even if no one is asking you or giving you permission. But I dare say that is the power within all of us. And I was reminded of the words of Adam Clayton Powell Jr. And so tonight, I not only ask you what's in your hand, but I ask you what's in your heart. Mm-hmm. And I don't only talk about the heart naturally, but I also talk about the heart of an organization. And when I talk about the heart of an organization or a system, I don't only talk about the mission, or values, but I also talk about the budget. What's in your hand? And so I'm going to leave you with this quick poem. Like water, I'll find a way to break through rocks and dams and overrun levees and roads. With tenacity and heart, I'll find a way to beat back obstacles and barriers, nagging odds and bitter forecasts. I'll press on and remain. Like water, I'll find a way. I'll surge, I'll meander, I'll babble, I'll ripple, high tide, low tide, rip tide, or eerie calm. Like water, I'll find a way. Dismay, disapproval, and denial won't silence me. I'll rise like a surfer's wave, brute force, or quiet strength like water. I'll find a way. I'll go where the river leads, no matter how far or wide. Border cozy shoulders and deep sea floors. Go boldly into the uncharted and carve out new territory. Like water, I'll find a way. Under pressure, I won't crack. I might bend, but I won't crack. But I'll find a way. I'll scold the desert and soothe the forest. Choose my state and form as needed. White glaciers, blue waters, brown lakes, hot geysers, warm oceans, or frigid bays. Like water, I'll find a way. No one will be able to contain me or tame me. Like water, I'll find a way. No season will defeat me. Like water, I'll find a way. No condition will outperform me. Like water, I'll find a way. No location will stymie me. Like water, I'll find a way. Whether hidden in a cactus or in an oasis in trouble, like water, I'll find a way. I'll quell the fires and replenish the earth, even flood the land with my prowess. I'll stay as long as I'm needed and resource when my work is done. I'll endure through the ages and breed descendants across time, give energy to the dead and neutral, birth life in known and undiscovered places. Like water, I'll find a way. Like water will find a way. I salute all of the honorees tonight. I am abundantly blessed to co-labor and stand alongside you. You impress me. I marvel at your beauty and your brilliance. You edge me forward. You dare me to lead in ways I never expected or thought before. Perhaps, yes, I'll become a CEO, an executive, because I see it all around me. Because like water will find a way.
Project. That was amazing. Yeah.